And I think more of that needs to happen. Maybe some things we could do is looking for opportunities to bring people from society in various events that we have, such as the banquets that you approve the churches to have, softball games or any type of interaction between the outside and the inside, so people do have that opportunity. Our church volunteers that come in, like Ben was saying, they're always wowed at what it's really like inside. And, we had the wrong understanding of you. Maybe they need to have politicians to come in and witness what we do on a daily basis. And maybe that, with the positions they're in, the platform that they have, that will help them to send the word out. Because the majority of people in society really don't know what's going on inside here. And I think when they become better educated, when they have the opportunity to observe for themselves on a regular basis, that lives are being transformed, people are actually becoming better people, which is what a Department of Corrections is supposed to be about, then I think that will change the public image. And so again, I think the things that Mr. Kane has instituted are much needed, and it seems to me that they're working, because it's a much better prison over the last few years than it's been the 26 years I've been here.
Go ahead.
I myself think it's moving in the right direction, because it's creating opportunities in here for guys who never knew what a work life looked like. From where we were up to where we at now, has created many opportunities for guys to get job skills. They never knew what working was like, earning their own money, being responsible, and taking care of family. There's programs and job opportunities, like we was talking about the clubs. There are clubs that set up so that men won't go out. They learn the business so that they can go out and be entrepreneurs of their own business. You learn what it really is so that they can go out and be their own boss and learn the responsibility of it. So I think it done created many opportunities and a lot of opportunities for guys who did not know when they came in. The doors have been open for guys to better themselves, and it's created an environment where guys are against each other, but they're for one another. We got this going on, let's make it a better community for ourselves while we are here, and look for the best as we proceed to move forward.
I think one of the best moves that Mr. Kane has made is to hire men and women into the system to work who've had that experience. Because it's twofold. From the perspective of society, it shows that not only does this man know what he's doing, not only does he believe in what he's doing, his methodology, but he believes in what he's doing strongly enough to hire someone who's formerly incarcerated. So that shows confidence in the programs that he's instituting. From our perspective, it helps us to know that we have staff members who we know can relate to what we're going through, who know what's going on. And so it gives us a completely different perception of staff. When you know that this person has walked a mile in your shoes, when you know that this person, through virtue of his own experiences, have your best interests at heart, that's huge. That's huge. Just one thing to say, hey man, good luck. You're getting out today, good luck. It's an entirely different thing to say, hey, you want to work for me? And so I think that's a real good move. I think it's effective as well.
That's definitely true, because like when you came, I didn't participate with the ministry at all, right? You never even knew my name. But I remember hearing about the new chaplains from Angola, and that's what got me thinking. I was like, because I did not like the old chaplain crew. I did not like them at all, and I stepped all the way away from it. But that got me thinking. I was like, I'm gonna see what these guys are about. Right. And that's what got me. That's what tricked me back in.
Now I'm gonna throw a curveball.
Yeah.
So y'all try to say good stuff. Now this is what I want y'all to do. Act like I'm not in the room.
Oh.
And because I think for me, I criticize myself every night, right? And this live, so they might need this. Mm-hmm. So I may think I'm doing a good job at representing y'all and trying to bring y'all to a different place. And sometimes I feel like I'm forcing something, because time here in Mississippi is different than what time I did.
Yeah.
People are different, all right? Maybe I might be pushing too much religion, or maybe I might be doing too much of this. So I guess my question I would have, if I could ask an honest question by a couple guys that actually didn't watch some of this stuff, is what do you think that I can do better or have been doing wrong? Without any thought that I'm gonna say, Joker, it'll be the last thing.
I'll say this.
All right.
Is the scheduling.
All right.
It's like last minute, not really knowing like what's gonna happen. I like to be able to know what's coming, being prepared for it. And so I see, not just with you, but I see that with a lot of just CMCF period, is that nobody really knows what's going on.
And if they do, they don't share
I
with
mean,
nobody.
and when we get it done, it's like we have to sit down and we get it done, but it could be a lot smoother process if they're, it's like you do a lot. I mean, I find myself in the same situation, because I do a lot, and then I was like, it's too much to keep everything organized. I think you need more help.
Yeah.
Like staff, someone to help you along, because you do a lot, and I think you do a lot because no one else gets the job done. But I don't think it's a fault with you. I think that you have too much responsibility, and that's what everybody does. Like Miss Scott, she's really, she moved into your position, but she's still doing her old job too. So now she's got the double the work, and so she's struggling.
Well, I ain't gonna get mad. It's just a good answer.
I think since being here, I like everything that's going on, and I believe that there are times, there are things that get started, and we're never able to delve in it, and get it really going before there's another idea. And I say that because of the vision you have and the desire to see more change. You know what I'm saying? It's not because you're trying to put so much on us. It's just the fact that you have this vision and you see it, and you want it to come to pass. But we're never. Sometimes we haven't even got through with this one, and it's another idea right there. Before we even turn our head, there's another, like, hey, I need you on this. But I like it though. You know what I'm saying? Because really, it teaches to multitask and really work. It's difficult at times, but I believe you have a group of men who do not mind putting in the work because they know in the end it's gonna pay off. And so
I can see that. I can see, and sometimes I feel like that, and that's why I asked you that question. Like, are we doing too much, or we not completing some tasks? Because you could do that, And so the thing about a visionary is I'm seeing the end goal, and sometimes the end goal, if you just focus on the end goal, you miss it.
yeah.
Yeah, because you got.
I know how it looks at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just, and that's what I mean by some of the stuff you might just say, man, we kind of just weighing this out. Because I know the end purpose is here's how the finished product looks.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But in doing something, doing this, there's always like a shotgun effect.
Yeah.
And I don't like that, because I realize, and I'm just telling you, that one right there is a good one. And I definitely will try to work on that.
Well, see, that's why I said what I said. It's not because you're in the room. I don't care about that. Because if I felt like you were bad, I would say it. But I said what I said about you and Mr. Kane, because it's true. What they just described, yeah, doing a lot, sometimes from one thing to other, but that's the beauty of it. We don't mind doing that because we know that you have our best interests at heart. We know that you have set where we sit. And so we're willing to go that extra mile.
But the thing is,
to make this happen.
And I think y'all know, but this is what I do here, is this group that's on this table, y'all may know because y'all done sat and talked to me for a while, all right? Mm-hmm. But the other guys don't.
What you just said,
all right?
Let's take that to another level. The same way we know, because we sat and talked to you for a while, that's the same way that a select people know, such as our church volunteers who come in and meet with us. But society at large doesn't know. They don't understand us or what we're doing. You
So the
see,
Kane, same concept.
same concept.
We need to get it out.
Right.
We
Need to
really
get it
talk.
out.
That's it.
There needs to be more
See, there was
interaction.
one thing, cause I always, me and Lucy used to talk about it all the time. We got locked up when we were children, basically. We don't ever get a chance to talk to the kids that we were. You know, the people in our, you know, it's like Luke and me, we were teenagers when we came to prison. We don't never get a chance to talk to teenagers. Cause a teenager can look at me and I can say, this is what your life ends up. You turn into an old guy in prison if you don't make the right choices now. You know, but we never get that opportunity. I think that would be a great youth group. You know, church youth groups, things like that, just to have an opportunity.